Do you want to market your business by sharing authentically and booking more clients? I don't know anyone that doesn't want to book more clients in their service-based businesses. So today you are in luck because my guest and friend is going to be sharing all about that and more, as well as have a free gift. Welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Jen Vasquez. I use my proven Pinterest marketing method to help hyper-busy female service providers create one marketing workflow to book more clients and increase their income and impact in about an hour a week. And I host expert interviews on marketing in general. If marketing is something that you want to learn more about for your business, I would love for you to subscribe to the podcast or the YouTube channel. Today, this is like a long time in the coming. My friend, I've known her for years. We are both photographers also. And today I'm so excited. I finally get to chat with Quianna Marie of Quianna Marie Photography. And many of you will know about her because she is somebody I have talked about in the past. Quianna Marie is your biggest fan and loves to help you shine online with a generous heart, let me tell you. With her background in wedding and portrait photography, Quianna enjoys sharing over 15 years of experience with growing a business filled with freedom while making an impact. As an intuitive coach client, small business cheerleader, and kitchen dancer, and I've seen it in action, Quianna loves helping businesses easily create magnetic content by simply sharing her life. Welcome, Quianna.
Hello, hello, beautiful. How are you?
Oh, I am really excited. I have wanted you on the podcast for a while. I've been on your podcast. We've done a live on Instagram, and this is one of those things that we, being both busy business owners, just didn't get around to. And so we are finally making it happen, and I'm so excited.
Yes, what an honor. I'm so excited to dive into all these questions and just have this really fun conversation. I feel like I'm always learning so much more every time we connect. So let's go.
All right. So we always start with this question. I would love to find out about the jobs that came before your business and basically how you sort of morphed into doing what you do now. It's very apparent that you love what you do. And I'm curious as to how you got here.
Yeah, well, my very, very, very first job was umpiring softball games. That's really where my entrepreneurship started. I used to create like really cute, there was like friendship bracelets. I was hustling, making money at recess. I always had this entrepreneurial heart. And to kind of speed you up to speed here, I used to work at Trader Joe's. I worked there for about 6 years. I used to work for the city of San Jose as a recreation leader, and that was actually an amazing opportunity to really meet people, right? So whether I was working at the senior center or after school programs, and I even taught preschool through the city, which was a really fun opportunity. And I worked at just like a desk job. I worked in this corporate furnishing place, and it was a great, like I do air quote, big girl job for the time, but I quickly knew that the corporate life was not for me. And while I was getting myself through college, I actually have a degree. I have a studio practice degree in photography, which is pretty rare these days. A lot of photographers kind of stumble into it and learn the craft at, YouTube University, and they kind of figure things out as they go, investing in education. But I do have a degree in photography. And yeah, and so I just kept it going. Right out of college, I had the opportunity to speak with a counselor, and I really wanted to get into teaching. I wanted to be an elementary school teacher. And she told me, she said, you can always teach. We are always in dire need of teachers, especially with your heart for teaching and your heart for children and making an impact. But if you're interested in photography, go try that first. And that was the best motivation I needed to just get started. And I gave myself a couple years with that. I'm like, let's just try it. And I've never looked back. It's been quite a wild ride, and it's been many years that I'm a professional full-time photographer. It sounds so crazy to say out loud.
Love it. Now, I believe that you are really so good in so many areas, but for this moment right now, one area I'd like to dive into first is to help amplify your brand and boost a ton of brand awareness through behind the scenes video. Since you're a master at this, I really wanted to get you on the podcast and the YouTube channel because I would really love to have you help our audience because it does not come naturally to many people, to most people, I would say. So any suggestions on how to do that effectively, maybe easier, anything like that?
Yeah, well, I think there's this misconstrued idea that content needs to be creative and content needs to be brand new and it needs to be trendy and it needs to be on brand, which all of those can be true, but it's not needed, right? And so I think if anybody is struggling and feeling frustrated with algorithms and frustrated with keeping up with trends, we really need to kind of take a step back and look at the mindset of marketing, okay? So I love breaking this down and I love almost doing the history lesson on business where you think about we still have the same business message, right? We're still business is business. It's always going to help solve problems, make relationships stronger, make you wealthier, make you healthier. Those are the three biggest bases for business, right? And so if you look at our history with technology, at one point we were bartering and we were sharing, right? Like, at one point the Native Americans and right, like all like these history of the human connection was selling, right? And for survival. And then all of a sudden I'll kind of take you through a quick timeline of the invention of scrolling and writing, right? We had calligraphy on the walls, and then we had the invention of the train, and then the invention of phones and right operators and cell phones came into life, and then quickly the internet was born, and all of these things. It's the evolution of business, and I'm sharing this content for you, literally like this little bubble of an idea, because we get so caught up in what's happening in our phone and what's happening in the palm of our hand with this technology today. And we need to create some mindset marketing tools that no matter what gets thrown at us, whether we wake up to threads, right? This is a new thing, right? We wake up to all these new apps. Our messaging still needs to be really clear on what we're offering, what we're solving, and what we're doing. And the best way, the easiest way to market your business, I have found, is through behind the scenes. Because as you evolve, as your business changes, your business is going to grow with you. And it's so much easier. You guys, if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, please let's just all take a collective deep breath. That really all you have to do is just share what you're doing. That's it. Just whip out your phone, share your services, share your experiences, everything, dripping in your personal as well as your business experience, because this is what's going to build that trust and it makes it so much easier. We don't have to chase trends to show up and be relevant. We just have to connect and make friends. Really, that's what it boils down to.
So good. Um, you're really all about sharing authentically, like in the moment. And how do you do this so seamlessly? Any tips that you have for people or triggers to kind of remind us to like break out the cell phone?
Yeah, so I will tell you, like I'm healing from this because I just love my life so much that I want to record everything. And my family's tried to have interventions with me in the past saying, "Put your phone down, Quianna," right? And now they're realizing, "Oh, wait, you're working from home. Oh, wait, you can be home and painting with Eliana instead of actually going to a normal 9 to 5er," right? So as soon as they started realizing, wait, it's actually helping your business grow, then they kind of backed off. Okay. But I will say that it's taken some time and some really great like frameworks to make that happen. So I challenge you, if you're listening today and content is just not your thing, I challenge you to do one of two things. Either one, create a day in the life of. Okay, so you're committed to just one day of whipping out your phone and recording as much as you possibly can throughout your day. So let's say, for example, if you're a photographer, many of us are photographers, and you have a photo shoot coming up. Okay, literally, I challenge you to record 5 to 10, like 3 to 5 second videos throughout your day to share exactly what you're doing. Okay. And that could be everything from making your favorite coffee. Do you make your bed? Or, hey, are you a rebel and you don't make your bed in the morning? Like, who knows? Like, share that. Okay. Share how you're prepping your gear, just little tiny snippets throughout your day, always adding value to the person who's watching, to your potential client, and sharing that expertise that you are already doing it. You're already doing the work, babe. So that would be like challenge number one, is think of your day in just like one blast off day. Because here's the thing, we cannot always be creating content. We're busy, we're working, we have families, we have dogs, right? Like we have a life. And for a lot of us, this is a really big side hustle. This isn't even our full-time gig. So if you're in that position, I mean, who has time to create that content and be really authentic in the moment? So give yourself a break, commit to either one full day that you can then sprinkle throughout the week. Or my next tip, for like tip number two, is to create almost like a week of. And think about that, because this is like just 1 week of your life and business should be a pretty good snapshot of exactly what you're experiencing for your business, right? Like how to market your business, whether it's you happen to photograph a wedding, right? That happens on Saturday. Okay. And then on Tuesday night, you're attending a Tuesdays together. Okay. And then Thursday, you're meeting up with some girlfriends for drinks. Friday, you're having a slow morning, drinking coffee with your children right before they go to school, because a lot of them are getting ready to go back to school, right? So if you look at your life just from a viewer's perspective, like a reality TV show, you can create a bank of content within either just one day or stretched out, sprinkled over 1 week. And you will have over 30 days worth of posts and little snippets of behind the scenes. So you don't feel overwhelmed. So you're not in this, like, you don't have this gloom or this, like these sunglasses that are just looking for content all the time. You can put them on and then take them off.
That is brilliant. And I love that you included personal stuff as well as business stuff, because I find that the personal stuff sometimes is how people find that they resonate with you and are drawn to work with you because they found some similarities. So here's my question for you. When it comes to these 3 to 5 second clips and things, and I always like to have like systems and things in place. Do you save these all like in an album on your cell phone? Do you load them up into Dropbox? Like, because this is a lot of content, I imagine, over time that you could probably reuse the next month if you needed to, or months later. So how do you store, keep it, use it, that kind of thing?
Yes, great question. So I have multiple folders on my phone that I can just drag and drop. So I'll have videos for fun gifts, right? I'll have videos that I'm planning to post to Instagram, and a list of my favorites, right? We all have these folders in our phone. But the secret, like the key tip for this, is to actually mirror your phone with Google. So it's through my Google Drive and Google Photos. And another app you can use, of course, is Amazon Prime. I believe they have like a flat rate for unlimited storage. But anything that your images and videos can be backed up to. And here's the secret. So that way, if you have to, because I can tend to be a little bit overshooter and I love my life, so I'm always recording everything. I'm always running out of storage and I'm always running out of space. That little like death box that says, oh, whatever it says, something's full. Like I just makes me want to throw my phone. So what's great about the Google backup is if I ever delete any photos or videos off of my phone, it 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 clears it off my phone, but it does not delete it from the Google app. So make sure you check all the right boxes, because not all of them are mirrored. So please do your homework on that. But that has saved me. And then this is another reason why I love backing them up safely and securely on Google, is because it's searchable, right? And let me make this clear. It's not searchable, like no Joe Schmo can just like search my photos, because it's my own
Sure,
private thing.
sure.
But let's say I want to make a reel about a recent lake day, right? So I'm out with my friends and I just made these like little charcuterie lunchables. I'm excited to share the sunblock I'm using. It's so much easier to drop UGC, like user, or is it UCG? UGC. Whatever the
One of
user
them.
generated content. Yeah, UGC content is It's great to just drop brands in there super organically. But it's amazing to just search it, right? So if I was looking for a specific wedding date, so if you have a wedding that you are celebrating a 1 year anniversary for one of your couples, literally, I just go into my Pixie set because that's what I use for my gallery. Confirm the date and be like, oh, wait, was that July 17th or was that July
Yeah.
24th? I forget.
Yeah.
Who knows? Like all of my stuff is memorized by the couple's name, not the wedding date. And so I can plug in that exact wedding date into the Google thing, and then there pops up all of their photos, all of their video, all of their behind the scenes in one click. I mean, it's so time saving, and it makes creating content a million times easier because what you're looking for is searchable.
That is brilliant. And I know you're going to talk about something a little bit later on that can anybody that wants like help with this type of stuff in terms of behind the scenes, you are the girl for it. So we'll talk about that in a second. How do you figure out what content adds value for your ideal clients? In other words, let's say you start this process of collecting information and keeping it, storing it, all that kind of stuff. How do you know what's going to add value or what is really helpful to share versus not helpful?
Great question. So I always try to kind of put those content glasses back on when I am ready to share. And I think there's a fine line between sharing my life and just sharing what cup of coffee I'm drinking, sharing videos of my dog, and sharing things that may not actually be relevant to the business and something that, let's say, a new follower, right? A new friend, someone listening to this podcast pops on and they're interested in behind the scenes, they're interested in content or insert whatever your business is. And then all of a sudden they see some behind the scenes of a lake day and my dog. Like there's no connection there. They may think, why am I following this person? She's just a blogger. I don't care. Right. And not, you know what I mean? Not that I don't
Yes,
care
no,
about
no,
bloggers,
no. Yes.
but they're not invested, right? So like, why am I going to follow this girl's life? I don't care. She's not helping me. So to make sure that you're adding value with those tiny snippets that you're recording, I always love to add a little story. Okay. Add a little bit extra oomph is what I like to call it. So you are actually helping either your current clients, your dream clients, or your past clients. Okay. And those are always the filters that I'm using because we're always trying to create shareable content. Okay. So a couple of things that may sound super random. Let's kind of give an example. Okay. So let's say instead of me just posting, oh, I got my HelloFresh meal, here's a code to use to save 10% off, right? Instead, which is, there's no shame in that. We all do that. And which is great because you are getting those affiliate points for that. But I would rephrase that and share, oh my goodness, like opening up, imagine this. You see a video of me opening up the fridge, start pouring out the veggies to get them going, cutting up the meat package and thinking, and the caption will say, oh, thank goodness for HelloFresh, because after tonight's wedding, oh my goodness, I'm so happy to have this HelloFresh at midnight, right? That, oh my gosh, it gives me the chills because you're knocking out so many high value points where someone who may just start following may say, oh, she's a wedding photographer. Let me look in a little bit deeper. Oh, HelloFresh is going to help me save time. I'm going to use her code. Do you see how you're adding an extra layer of something that is relatable to your clients? And don't get me wrong, sometimes it is fun just to share. I love Faithy Girl, my little puppy. I literally named her Faith to remind me to have more faith. And that's something that you can add to your captions as well. Just the tiny details, like keep it light and fun, because not everybody watching you is going to relate to you being a professional photographer or a professional coach or business or whatever you got going on, whatever you offer, but they can relate to that human experience. So it's important to sprinkle those in and then add a layer of something that people actually care about.
That is really great. And nobody wants to cook after a wedding. Let's
Yeah.
just throw it out there.
Yeah. Usually
I
I'm going to In and Out
mean,
or drive through.
I don't mind cooking like the next day in between editing sneak peeks and stuff because it gives me like a break on my eyeballs. But it definitely the night of you're just you're just uploading those photos and you want to eat. Like those are the two focuses you have after a
Yes.
wedding. All
Yes.
right, so let's pivot a teeny bit because I do want to touch on some other areas that I know you can add value to. I would love for you to share some tips on building genuine referrals.
Yes. So I love using behind the scenes for this exact thing. Okay. So I would love to kind of take the approach really quickly from a wedding photographer's perspective. And as we all know, business is business. So you can apply this to any business or any concept.
Absolutely.
Yes. So I want you to imagine that you are going to your next wedding, okay? And you're so excited to work with a specific florist. You know the catering's going to be there. It's going to be bomb. Like you can already smell like the meat rotisserie, on the barbecue. Like you know that this is just going to be a beautiful day. So what I use behind the scenes, whether I'm capturing kind of the before and after of a wedding day. So like before the setup and then after the magical ceremony space is complete or the reception details are done. And what that does is that instantly creates best friends on wedding days. So I think one thing that a lot of photographers and a lot of small business owners have a hard time with is that we're constantly looking for more clients. We need more clients. We need more bookings. We need more photo shoots. We need more weddings on the calendar. And as soon as I swap that mindset to, yes, of course, we need more clients. We need to pay our bills. But when I swap that to, I need more friends. I need more genuine referrals. Literally, the whole world cracked open and it was less scary running out there looking for clients. And instead, I focused on building relationships with friends. And behind the scenes is a great way to do that because you're easily creating shareable content. So just by sharing and highlighting their business, what you're doing is you're literally maximizing, 10xing your network that you currently have because they'll be happy to share it. And that's really how I have built a business that I love, was able to expand out of state and photograph international weddings and all the accolades that you could think of, like because I was really intentional about sharing the behind the scenes, whether in my daily life and in my business.
Yes, and you've done that with other vendors as well, not just wedding vendors, but companies that do, books and companies that do online galleries. And like you just really, really share with your friends and share your friendships online. And that ends up leveraging both audiences for both businesses to grow. So it's like a win-win for everyone.
Absolutely. And I think it's important too to remember too, like you, especially as many of us are personal brands and many of us are small businesses, uh, we are out in life doing real things, right? So next time you're at your sister-in-law's baby shower, pop in that group photo with a whole bunch of girls and don't necessarily take that photo, right? But be in the photo so when it gets uploaded to Facebook, we're creating that small world effect and someone can say, "Oh my gosh, how do you know so and so?" And then that's how you're building these friendships and these referrals.
And I think tied to that a little bit, you are really amazing at becoming sort of a local favorite. And why would that be important to your business? And how would you suggest our audience go about doing that? This is incredibly important if you're a local based business and you move, or you're going to a new location. So share a little bit about how you would suggest people go about doing that.
Yes. Well, I think another misconception that a lot of photographers and small business owners have is that going viral is cool, right? And going viral is cool, but it's not as profitable as being a local favorite. And so that's what I stand by. And so a couple of things that I love to do is once again make friends, right? So showing up to local businesses, whether it's your favorite local coffee shop, commit, right? Like I challenge you to go into your favorite coffee shop and be there 3 times a week for an entire month. Like just go and if you're working from home in your high pony and your top knot, right? Put a summer dress on and go work at a coffee shop and be there consistently to make friends and to help your face be recognized and to be well known in your community. And I think that is something that is just so underestimated, the power of becoming a local favorite. And that is by showing up to fun events, once again, making friends, right? So And I want you to think about that too. Like anytime you're making any type of investment, you typically will go with someone you know, right? Or you go with a trusted referral from someone that you know. And so the best way to become a local favorite is to truly get out there. Sign up for that next yoga class. Sign up for like a hiking group in your neighborhood. Like whatever sounds fun to you, whatever feels like lights you up, go do that. And I think that will kind of break that barrier of feeling like you're selling, because the best thing, the best type of conversation you can have with someone in your hometown or in your neighborhood is talking about your kids at the after school pickup, or talking about I don't know, I'm thinking of like a wine night with a group of girls in the neighborhood, and someone really just genuinely is drawn to you. And then they ask, "Oh, so tell me what you do," right? That's when you drop, "Oh, by the way, I'm a photographer, or I'm a wellness coach, or I'm a fitness, right, coach, with nutritionist," whatever it is that you're doing, that becomes kind of like the part two of the conversation, and you already won them over. So when they do need those services, you'll be the first to call.
Amazing as always. What three things have helped you grow your business? They could be anything, tools, advice, really anything. What would you say are the three top things that help you or have helped you grow your business?
Yes. Well, honestly, to sum up this conversation, I have three S's for you. I was so proud and prepared for you, Jen. So, the first S is to share your journey. And it's really that simple. You literally, I challenge you to just capture as much of your life and your business as possible. And one thing that has really helped me stay consistent with that content is having a really fun life. Like, literally, like, I love what I do every single day. I'm very proud of the work I'm delivering, and I'm excited to spend time with my family and friends. And so when I'm sharing that, the secret to that is that it's allowing me to make pivots. It's allowing my business to grow and expand, because my family and my friends and my audience, they love me. Like those that are here, whether they've been here for 2 minutes or they've been here for 20 years, they're supporting me simply because I'm sharing that journey. Right. So that would be number one, is sharing the journey. The second S is showing up. So I'm not even kidding when I say that I have had dozens and dozens of times where I would rather sit on the couch. I would rather not go anywhere than take a shower, put my bra back on, and get to like go to this event, right? But I will tell you that those times that I would have rather stayed home, I've booked a wedding. I've been in contact with someone that literally changed my life. And I always share, always, we are just one connection and one friendship from changing our entire life. And that comes from showing up, putting yourself out there. And number three, the last S, is showcasing your friends. So I know I mentioned this before, and we kind of tapped into sharing vendors at your next wedding or showcasing other local businesses. But I love bragging about my friends. I love mentioning their names in rooms that they're not even in. And what that does is it creates this ripple effect of love and generosity and genuine connection, that someone listening will say, "Oh my gosh, like that's really cool for that girl that you just mentioned, but wow, how kind of you to mention her name and to celebrate her or him." And I think that is such a beautiful thing that has helped me grow. And I think it also took away that stigma that, hey, if this is possible for them, it's possible for me too. So I'm going to celebrate this. I'm going to party and I'm going to dance in the kitchen, and I'm going to truly show up and highlight my friends. So I think those are the three S's, Jen.
Yeah, and I would agree with that. I mean, I totally agree with that. I will also add that there's something about sharing, whether you're getting credit for sharing somebody or not, that puts out into the universe that you're a sharing, caring person, and it comes back to you. Like, even if that person doesn't hear it, I swear people are drawn to you because you do share other businesses, other friends, and that kind of thing. And you have always done such an amazing job of that and cheering people on. I've had people who wanted to work with me because I was sharing a friend and her business or something she's launching, and spoke so highly of her, and they were like, "That's so generous I was interested in what you had to offer. Like it just comes back to you when you're doing good for not selfish reasons, but for their benefit.
Oh, yes, 100,000%. And I think sometimes too, a lot of us get stuck in this, oh, well, it's not, I'm not getting paid to advertise for them, or I'm not getting any, either reimbursement or, how there's always this saying, oh gosh, there's no such thing as doing things for free anymore. Like exposure doesn't pay the bills. And I actually kind of roll my eyes at that because I say, hey, no, actually, you need to step up and you need to share. We each need to be proactive. If we waited for other people to market our business, we'd be broke. So,
A- Absolutely. Absolutely.
mhm.
So before we get to the gift that you are so generously sharing with our audience, tell everyone a little bit about the services that you provide in case anyone listening is thinking, gosh, I really could use Kiana's help.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, I am slowly pivoting and kind of transitioning into an intuitive content coach. And I have been having so much fun with this because a lot of either small business owners and photographers and entrepreneurs, they come to me and they ask, oh gosh, Key, like, I can see it in their heart. They are so passionate about what they do and they have amazing offers, but they just don't know how to translate that online. They kill it on their weddings. They provide an unforgettable experience with their offers and their products, but it's just hard to talk about it. And so that's what I love to do. So I offer a lot of one on one coaching for that. So if you need someone to kind of just bounce ideas and share some really fun series for you to easily talk about your business, talk about your life in a non-braggy, non-salesy, or non-annoying way. Let's make it fun. And I am launching, it is a behind the scenes course for wedding photographers. And this has been my baby for literally 5 years. I've just been putting it off and it's now is the time. It needs to drop. So
It is about time. We
yes.
have all been wanting this from you, Kiana, and
Yes.
I'm thrilled and so excited to share it from the rooftops. We, of course, will have links below for you because that will be launched by the time this goes live. Tell everyone that about the freebie that you are bringing to them to help them in everything that we've been talking about today.
Yes. Well, I am so excited to offer this freebie for you. It's a free guide and it is all about crushing your content at your next photo shoot. So, this would be so valuable for either a photographer that is trying to capture these behind the scenes for their couples, for their families, for their mini sessions, for their wedding days, as well as just any business that is trying to market and get the word out there. And I'll tell you, one of the best ways to market your business is through a new brand photo shoot. It's the best way and easiest way for you to talk about your business, talk about your new offers, and also to help you embody that highest self that you are trying to make happen. Like, let's not think of your highest self as someone who's like way down the horizon. Like, she's in here, like they're in there right now. And we just need to help it shine and really love and celebrate who you are today. So anyway, that was a lot to say, but the behind the scenes at your next photo shoot is available. Can't wait to share that in the show notes. And I just appreciate you so much
Oh,
for letting me share.
yes, and I'm, of course, going to be taking action on that. Thank you so much, Kiana, for your valuable advice and your time today. I know I will be asking for you to come back. And just note that even though Kiana's course is designed for wedding photographers, quote unquote, I know that there'll be enough rich content in there for any service-based business that would love to really take advantage of these behind the scenes. And I'm really excited for everyone to be able to get a view of this freebie, but also your course. So what's the best way to get in contact with you in case anyone wants to take this conversation further?
Yeah, well, I'm always on Instagram. I hang out there way too much. So you can find me at Quianna, Quianna Marie. And that's anything. So hop onto my website. I also have a podcast as well called Quianna Marie Weekly, where I drop weekly motivation, education. It's through the lens of a photographer. However, like I mentioned before, like any business could be applicable, and we have some great connection calls. So yeah, like slide into my DMs, send me an email. I also have a greenhouse, which is a resource garden for photographers and entrepreneurs that you've got to check out.
Very cool. And if you guys found any ideas and tips that you can implement in your business, we would really love some reviews or likes and comments on our YouTube channel. So go out there and do something good for your business, like snagging Kiana's gift and then taking action. And I know I preach on this week in, week out, but I will never stop talking about it. Listening to a podcast or watching a video alone is not going to change your business. You must take action and actually implement at least one thing that you've learned from today to really start seeing some amazing things grow in your business. And one of those could be going and downloading this free gift that Quianna has generously helped with us. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.